Before them, the garden stabilized into a scene of eternal autumn, peaceful, vibrant, and golden-hued. Leaves drifted lazily around them, as if time was holding still in this perfect moment. The atmosphere was charged with quiet strength. Mira and Theo felt an enveloping warmth, an understanding that the garden cycles mirrored life's inevitable changes they must embrace. The wisdom of patience and acceptance settled deep in their hearts. Luna purred knowingly, sensing their growth. Luna curled comfortably at the base of the altar, purring as if grounding the garden's newfound calm energy. The ticking of the vintage clock slowed into a steady, reassuring rhythm. The garden breathed alongside them in peaceful harmony. Suddenly, a hidden door in the ancient tree trunk creaked open, revealing a small room lined with books and curious artifacts. Dust motes danced in the warm lamplight spilling from inside. Mira's eyes shone with eager curiosity. Inside, Mira found a mirror unlike any she'd seen. It reflected not her image, but the intertwined seasons of the garden itself. Swirling colors and shifting scenes displayed life's essence in perpetual flux. Theo watched silently, mesmerized. Through the mirror, they glimpsed possible futures, paths shaped by the garden's balance or threatened by chaos. The visions were both beautiful and unsettling, a delicate choice hanging in the air. The weight of consequence pressed upon them silently. Reluctantly, Mira chose to leave the mirror untouched, deciding instead to focus on restoring harmony within the garden itself. The mystery would unfold in time, but their care and respect were immediate duties. Theo nodded approvingly, standing close. At the garden gate, the brass key hummed with a gentle vibration, syncing perfectly with the ticking clock, now steady and soft. The subtle pulse felt like an invitation, a sign of growing connection. Mira felt hope stirring within her. They agreed to return often, promising to care for the garden and patiently uncover its secrets. This garden was no mere place, but a living story they had become part of. Their bond to the cycles deepened with every step away. As they exited, spring flowers bloomed behind them, delicate petals scattering in the breeze like whispered blessings. The air smelled sweet and alive, promising renewal and growth. Luna loped ahead, alert yet calm. Back in their village, Mira sat quietly, sketching plans to share the garden's hidden magic through her art. Each line carried the energy of the seasons and the mysteries she had yet to reveal. Her green scarf fluttered softly, a constant companion. Weeks had passed since their last visit, and the garden rested in calm serenity. The once wild seasonal shifts softened into gentle, harmonious rhythms, reflecting a newfound balance within its bounds. Mira and Theo returned to find the garden bathed in warmer light, its plants flourishing under their attentive care. The subtle changes spoke of healing and quiet renewal, inviting them deeper into its embrace. The old brass key, once glowing with an eerie light, now nestled quietly in Mira's bag. Though its magic had dimmed, it remained a cherished symbol of the journey they had undertaken together. Inspired, they began to document the garden's cycles in a shared journal, sketching and noting each delicate transformation. Through these pages, the garden's lessons took root, captured in ink and memory. As time flowed on, neighbors remarked on subtle shifts in the local environment, an unseen harmony rippling outward from the garden center. The peace cultivated within began touching lives beyond its gate. Mira started hosting small gatherings beneath the canopy, sharing stories and sketches with curious friends. These moments wove a gentle community, bound by the garden's enduring spirit and warmth. Luna, the wise old cat, led children softly along the winding paths, her amber eyes reflecting ancient wisdom. She taught them to honor nature's quiet rhythms, planting seeds of respect and wonder. With each passing season, the garden grew into a living symbol of growth, change, and peaceful resilience. Its subtle transformations whispered a timeless dance of life, unfolding with grace. One afternoon, Mira sat by the garden gate, her green scarf fluttering in a soft breeze. As the wind stirred, so did the promise of new beginnings, silently calling her forward. Steadfast and ever-changing, the garden stood as an eternal dance of hidden seasons. It awaited with quiet patience, ready to welcome curious souls into its unfolding story once more. It was past midnight when Sarah finally found the courage to open the old door in the attic, a door she'd never noticed before. The air that spilled out smelled of dust, and something colder, darker, breathing beneath the floorboards. Sarah stepped inside. Max bursts through the office door, a box of fresh donuts clutched in his hand, his crooked glasses teetering as he beams with anticipation. Ellie greets him cheerfully, her oversized sweater sleeves partially covering her hands as she eyes the tempting box and tucks a loose curl behind one ear. Mr. Crumb storms in behind them, grumbling about looming deadlines, his coffee-stained tie flapping dramatically as he clutches a stack of documents. With a flourish, Max sets the donut box center stage on the shared desk, declaring them the perfect morale booster for a tough day ahead. Just as Max turns to fetch coffee, Ellie reaches eagerly for a pink frosted donut, but the box suddenly slides away from her grasp without explanation. Max and Ellie exchange bewildered glances as the donut box vanishes completely from the desk, leaving behind only a slight wobble where it sat. From the doorway, Mr. Crumb appears with a self-satisfied smirk, tapping his mustache knowingly yet denies any involvement in the mysterious disappearance. Determined, Max sets up a small webcam aimed exactly where the donut box had been, marking the spot with a familiar blue sticky note. Ellie quickly types a countdown timer into her laptop, ready to monitor any new attempts at stealing the office suites. Suddenly, the box snaps back onto the desk, but Max immediately spots one donut missing and squints suspiciously at the empty space. A shadow flashes past the window, catching everyone's attention and sparking whispered theories about ghosts haunting their office. Mr. Crumb's coffee mug slips, spilling a stained pattern across the desk that oddly seems to point toward the break room corner. Curious, Ellie tiptoes toward the break room, inspecting the coffee machine and examining scattered crumbs on the floor. Max studies the webcam footage, seeing a quick hand swipe, but the culprit's face remains frustratingly out of frame, deepening the puzzle. Teaming up, Max and Ellie plan a lunch hour stakeout, vowing to catch the elusive donut thief red-handed. During their surveillance, Max accidentally bumps a chair, clattering loudly and startling them both, yet no donut thief appears amidst the chaos. Ellie notices a trail of frosting smears, leading from the desk area toward the ventilation vent near the ceiling. Mr. Crumb insists again that he's innocent, offers a peace offering of donuts, but his fingers betray him with a subtle nervous twitch. Climbing a ladder, Max peers cautiously into the vent and discovers only dust bunnies and a crumpled blue sticky note doodled with a donut symbol. The office phone suddenly rings